a very beautiful way. For most of us here, really connecting with these times, these powerful times and the visions that we have been given throughout our time to really make space for it, make meaning for it. And today we come into our beautiful gift of a gland, pineal gland. So for some of us, it's really puts a big smile on our face. It's really the this connection to what is so that we are a reflection of, and that we are a mirror of. And so just before we left, actually, when we were getting on the road, we got to celebrate 888, Lionsgate portal. And this is a beautiful portal that holds many different levels of meaning. And one of the deeper meanings it holds is to connect with the star Sirius, it says. And the star Sirius is known to really bestow the gifts of vision, bestow the gifts of our higher remembrance. And I like to give the analogy and the example of, with some of us, we got to visit Turkey, Göbekli Tepe, these beautiful ritual sites. And when we look at the structure and when we look at the intelligence behind these ancient sites, ancient ritual sites, it's really designed to have reverence for our being that is of ritual, that is of prayer, that is of connection. And we've seen our ancestors and, we feel them, how every little structure is so on purpose, with great detail, designed in these geometry to connect with which that is higher than us, which is the light, the star that we all come from. So that's where our intention is to go today. To make a little space, to make a little activation on this connection to our light, particularly working with our pineal gland. We're going to be invoking some qi, some life force, and bring the Qigong really to our visions. And as many of you know, our precious DMT, dimethyltryptamine, which is the chemical compound that invokes when we are born, when we die, when we give birth, when we breathe. When we really connect with that prana, we get to work with these deep layers of opening our vision and connecting with the vision of our own truth, essentially. So, welcome. Let's just take a moment to allow ourselves to arrive here. I want to encourage you to check with your comfort. If you need any more blankets, blocks, to give yourself some comfort to really begin to arrive to your breath, begin to arrive to your quietude, and beginning to drop in to your breath. Invoking this virtue, this value of integration to your visions, to that which you have set upon as your heart's deepest desire in many cycles of your life. And here we are as we begin to ground into our breath. And just the natural ways of your breath. Noticing your body, noticing your energy today in this moment. Noticing your heart. Noticing how you're feeling in this moment. And inviting yourself back home, right here. And notice, just by being aware of your breath and your presence, If your breath naturally wants to slow and become more present, if your awareness naturally just becomes more focused to this moment. As we begin to use and open our vehicle, our very precious vehicle, this instrument of our body, we begin to invite this next cycle of what our vision, what our heart's deepest desire might be that we're calling in here, right to this moment, to our light, in the center of our eyebrows, in the center of our heart, and in the center of our belly. So I want to invite you now to begin gently and consciously manipulating that breath, beginning to invoke the breath from an inhale through the nose, from the root, all the way to your pineal gland in between the eyebrows, and pause for a moment and go ahead, open the mouth, sighing it out back into the earth. And let's do that with 5 counts of inhale, breathing in. Pausing at the top, bringing all of that breath awareness into in between the eyebrows, and exhale, open the jaw. And 3 more times, breathing in, bringing all of that prana in between the eyebrows. Pause for a moment, filling in the Agnya. Some may pronounce it Ajna. Agnya, center in the center of eyebrows, exhaling back into the earth. This is our called third eye, breathing in, and in some of my dear friends really call this the first eye, which I feel very resonant and inspired to call. So bringing all of that vision. Let's take one more breath, bringing all of that vision, all of the intention, your dreams, in this new cycle of what you in your life you personally want to see, what in the life of your community, your loved ones, and what in the life of our humanity, our planet, would you like to see, would you like to bring forth this deep desire, this sankalpa. And this is just an invocation, inquiry, curiosity that we bring into our field today as intention, our prayer. And with that, I'd like to invite you to create some heat in between your palms, bringing this chi right to the center and holding one palm on top of the other. This is our upper dantian. Yeah. So breathing in, taking all of that chi right in between the eyebrows. And exhale, releasing. We're going to unite our voices to open our class today. You can join in, or you're welcome to just receive. We're going to invoke the mantra Om. And again, our attention and intention is to really collect all of that prana here in our vision together. We'll go through it 11 times. So we can just kind of swim in it one after another. You don't have to wait for me as you complete your breath. Go ahead and start with another breath. But first, we unite in and inhale together. And exhale, releasing all the breath out. And then taking another breath in. out, of vibrating between the eyebrows, inhaling. Three more times, allow yourself to drop in. Do one more, feeling that union, that collective consciousness, sending it out, rippling it out. And resting under this vibration, resting under the gratitude for this beautiful gift that we get to see, that we get to open our hearts, our mind's eye. Even when we have our eyes closed, we can see so much and feel so much. And so we give great gratitude for the visions that we're gifted. Thank you for this day. So taking a breath of gratitude into your heart, that which is that you feel grateful for today. And with that, go ahead and bring your palms out. We're going to open the palms. We're going to scoop from the earth. Inhale, bringing all of that chi up. And as if you're showering yourself, you're going to shower all that beautiful light. So this star that we're kind of connecting today carries this gorgeous light of bright blue, like indigo blue and white. So imagine you're pulling down this beautiful celestial wisdom as we're connected to our earth ancestors below, and letting it shine upon you, bringing all into your central column, your central nervous system, your cerebral spinal fluids, just shining with this beautiful light. Exhale, and one more time, let's inhale, pulling down the heavens. And exhale, bringing your hands onto the earth. And we're going to start on our bellies to move. So, moving anything that is in your way for now, and go ahead and come to crocodile pose, please. So on your crocodile pose, give your back a little release. You're going to put one palm on top of the other, which we're going to rest our forehead onto. And I'm just gazing at you guys, so you can go ahead and rest your forehead and begin to wiggle your hips right to left, just like a little baby rocking side to side. And then finding that comfort, finding that nourishment of stillness to rest fully. And once you find your stillness, begin to notice how your diaphragm is being supported through your breath. So finding that stillness. And as you breathe in, bringing all of that awareness to the belly now. Shoni, you can meditate, just kind of feeling that. And exhale, breathe back into the earth. We're starting nice and slow, really allowing anything that needs to be digested still to be given to the fires, to our Agni, to our precious fire that gets to transmute and clear anything that's in the way of our clear vision. 3 breaths here, so you can do samavriti, equal wave of breath, either 5 counts, 6 counts, whatever number you choose. Take that inhale, pause it at the top, sending it to your vision, to your pineal gland, and then exhaling back into the earth to be composted. Beautiful. Really beginning to invoke the lymphatic breath. Imagine you're collecting all the parts that may be stagnant and giving it back to the earth 3 more times, just like that. And this next one, I want to encourage you to make an exhale with a sigh or open jaw. Beautiful. And then releasing, lifting your forehead, lifting your heart, bringing your palms underneath your shoulders. We're going to inhale, coming to a light little cobra, gazing up, and exhale, come back. If you want to tap your forehead to the earth, that's welcome. Otherwise, inhale, lifting the heart, and engage the belly, engage the lower back, just gently. We're just in the beginning of our practice. Exhale. And one more time, breathing in. So imagine your tailbone, your spinal fluid beginning to rise all the way from your sacrum up to your cranial. And then this next one, we're going to tuck the toes and bring the hips towards our heels. So breathing here and exhale, coming into a dynamic child's pose. Let's inhale, come back to tabletop with a count of 5. And exhale, bringing the hips towards the heels and getting nice and long in the spine. All of our awareness now is at the spine. Let's take another breath of 5. And exhale, equal waves of breath. And just go ahead and give yourself this opportunity to move and create these grooves of rhythm. Our vision, this dream state that also happens in our pineal, this state of where we get to secrete our melatonin, our dreaming state. Exhale. It really loves rhythm. So keeping that samavriti breath, breathing in and breathing out. 2 more times on your own. Yeah, filling from the root all the way to your cranial, all the way to in between the eyebrows, sending that prana, this chi of nourishment, integration, vision, and clarity. After your third, go ahead and find your child's pose. You can open your knees a little bit wider. And see if you need support. If your forehead reaches the earth, wonderful. If not, you can use a block, you can use a bolster underneath your knees to please use support. And breathing for this next couple of breaths here. Beautiful. And then go ahead, you're gonna walk your hands to come up, rise up to your knees. Beautiful. And let's tap the backs of our feet onto the earth. Awakening some of that life force. And then coming into stillness, we're going to tuck the navel gently. Inhale, reaching up. Imagine you're looking at that beautiful lit starshine, and then you're going to exhale, bring the palms to the lower back, and you're going to bring one of your temples, doesn't matter which one, onto the earth. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, switch sides. Beautiful. Breathing in, bringing all of the chi right here up. And exhale. Inhale, breathing. Opening, awakening, and exhale, releasing. And just each side on your own 3 times. So that would be 6 in total. Generous exhales. Notice the connection between the pit of your belly, your Agni, your digestion, beginning to really stir. Again, giving anything that needs to be, not only physically, but also energetically, emotionally, into the fires, to be alchemized, to be transmuted, to be digested. Beautiful. And then after each side like this, we're gonna take one breath together. Inhale, rise, collecting all of that chi. And pulling down the heavens, showering yourself with that chi. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring your hands onto the earth. And this is a free movement, so allow your soma. Just give your somatic intelligence a moment to move however they like to. Maybe some rounds. Maybe it wants to linger in a certain place. See if you can add your neck to breathe open. Maybe that little stubborn little nugget that's by your hips or underneath your armpits. Give yourself the freedom of your own expression here. Remember your breath. Remember that we are water. And the water carries this wisdom, this intelligence of our vision, of our remembrance. So breathing. Just another few seconds here. You can lift your arms if you like. You can rotate your shoulders. Yeah. What is it like to be you right now? What is it like to move like you? What is it like to give yourself that permission of being curious? Huh. Beautiful. I'm giving yourself another few moments here. Welcoming yourself home. And then, come on, go ahead and come onto your tabletop. We're gonna drop the belly gaze up towards the sky. And exhale. Go ahead and tuck your toes. And ever so slowly, I'd like you to walk back. So you're kind of like on your little heels. And tuck the belly, and however you like to rise. Maybe you wanna come up like a little orangutan, vertebra by vertebrae, tuning into the original form. However you choose to come up there, but at last we meet in standing. With our hearts open, with our arms open, welcome. And take a moment to notice what it's like to stand, what it's like to have feet, what it's like to draw our power from the earth, but also be connected to something so big and grand, this between point of heaven and earth. Go ahead and bend your knees and begin to give yourself a little earthquake, a little shaking, taking a deep breath and make some sound. Yeah, let the shoulders really be loose. So this begins to really affect our lymphatic system here around our neck, our clavicle, underarms. So we begin to breathe. And exhale, release. Beautiful. And go ahead and make some little loose fists, and we're going to just bring that to the heart. Bring it to our clavicles here, even to our neck points, just beginning to tap. Tap, 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 tap lightly. Yeah, and exhale. And just on the sides of your jaw, making some space, making some loose, opening so that anything that's too tight there can begin to soften. And then draw this energy to the temples, to the sides. And then we begin to tap right here in the center of our forehead. Let's take a deep breath here. And exhale. So we're just bouncing, shaking, and remembering that we're gaining our power both from our earth that holds us here, tethered and grounded, this precious body, and also tapping, waking, making way, this beautiful vision highway, celestial chimney, where we rather get our floods of our visions oftentimes. So I'm going to remove my little bun. This one is called 10 Dragons Running Through the Forest. If you want to join me, you're going to kind of let your 10 fingers, 10 dragons, run through the forest. And just give yourself a nice little rub here. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Whatever sound you like to make. I'm guiding you less on the sound today. And let yourself shake. Beautiful. Okay, so 3-part lung breathing. We're gonna inhale, in, and exhale, like that, okay? Beautiful. Now imagine you're taking this inhale, keep going. One breath to the heart, one breath to the throat, one breath to the vision. One to the heart, one to the voice, one to the vision. Keep going. Imagine rising that beautiful chi, your life force, your protective shield. All up here in your beautiful vision of what you're calling in for yourself, for your family, for your community, for our planet. Keep going. Beautiful. 2 more times. Now this one, we're gonna inhale, stick the tongue out, and exhale, lion's breath. Inhale, rising up and pulling down the heavens. Chin to chest if you're feeling dizzy. Otherwise, bringing all of that chi, all of that energy here. I want to invite one hand below the belly button and one hand in between the eyebrows. Holding your root strong and activating the vision, bringing all of that chi right here. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Dragon whips his tail. So, gonna get our tails all nice and prepared. We're gonna inhale. The hips go back, the elbows go back, and imagine you're beginning to make this S-like shape in your spine. From the root all the way to the cerebral, we begin to invoke this spinal fluid. So we're gonna do 3 tiers. We're gonna inhale. You're gonna kind of thrust and bring all of that chi to your lower dantian. Yeah, beautiful. So when I'm going back, my hands are kind of releasing. And then when I'm coming front, it's collecting all of that chi and bringing it here. Yeah. So we begin to ignite our powerhouse. And then this next 3, we breathe into our middle dantian, bringing all of that chi to the heart center, to that lion heart, our courage. Yeah, generous breaths. One more time. Now this next one, you know where it's going. I'm gonna take it all and feed our sweet vision right here. Yeah, shower yourselves. Bringing all of that chi. Remember that S-like shape in your spine. So the waters, and there's some salts, there's some minerals, there's some yummy, yummy, delicious goodies in the base of our spine that even helps pump up to help with our visions. So bringing all of that yummy fluid right here, one more time. And breathe in. And let's hold again with one palm below the belly button, one palm in between our eyebrows on our first vision, and our knees are gently bent. And breathe. Let it all integrate for a moment. And letting that one go. Beautiful. We're gonna bring our palms to our hip bones like we're holding some precious nectars. This is called spirals. And our feet are about shoulder width distance. Wider than shoulder width distance. And I start with my right hand. And I'm turning and spiraling all the way. And I gaze at my hand, and I gaze, and I track the vision, and I turn with my palm. With this next breath, go all the way back to your palm kind of pushing that window. Breathe in, and then you're gonna scoop that energy and bring it forward. So if you wanna just watch me for a moment. And then we're gonna switch like that, okay? Okay, so let's begin all together. Opening the feet a little bit wider than the shoulders, give a little bounce so it's not so serious, unlike the serious star. Inhale, breathing, and exhale, turn, twist all the way, and then bringing all of that chi back into your center. And we're just gonna go into a flow state with this. So tune into your waters, tune into your fire, but most importantly, tuning into the vision, that desire in the center of your heart, in the center of your soul, your why, your longing. And bringing this circulation, this life force, generous breaths in, generous breaths out. Soft face, soften your forehead. Only the belly, the navel is gently tucked. Drop into your quietude. What are you envisioning for this next powerful, potent cycle, these potent times? What kind of world, what kind of collective would you like to be creating? Move like water. Beautiful. Keep going. Can you soften your jaw? Can you soften your cheeks, your temples? All the meanwhile, keeping your root, your legs, your fire strong. Beautiful. Keep going. Beautiful. This existence, this life is all in the form of spirals, really, this geometrical shape of cycles, beginnings and continuations and endings. Time is relevant, something that we have made up, they say. But the cycles, the spirals, the timelines, that's what we swim in, that's what we work in. So each side on your own, tuning into your own respective cycle, where you've been, where you are, where you might be carving your path. And after you complete both sides, we're gonna hold the nectars right by our hip bones. And take a moment to steady yourself. Maybe step in a little closer, maybe a little wider, give yourself a little bounce. We're gonna inhale, hold that chi ball. And we're gonna begin to spiral from one side and then the other. So really connect, attune. Sometimes I like to offer the visualization of our planet or this beautiful blue-white chi ball of light, the great intelligence, the divine intelligence, and let it radiate, let it take from the crown to the root, get so big. So Wei Qi is a protective shield. In Chinese medicine, it's like this beautiful rays of light that protects us, creates this healthy boundary. So go ahead and feel yourself into that. Can you soften your forehead and your jaw a little more? Now we're gonna get smaller. We're gonna get so big first, and then we're gonna begin to get smaller with our Wei Qi. As you bring your palms closer, keep the strength. There we go. Yeah, if you need to adjust. And begin to imagine this beautiful little white blue pearl in the mind of your eye, first eye. And allow this pearl in between your palms to become smaller and smaller and smaller until you finally hold that little pearl right here. I'm going to step in a little closer. And then you're going to literally, as if you're just bringing this little chi ball, you're going to bring it right to the center of your first eye, pineal gland. Close your eyes and imagine whatever color you really connect with. My suggestion of this bright blue and white is only inspired by the star Sirius, and can be anything. It can be the golden rays of the sunshine. So breathing in, and then bringing all of this beautiful chi of a pearl and holding it right in front of your third eye, just holding. Take a deep breath from the root. And exhale, go ahead, bring the hands down. You can even tap the back of your heads, and you're gonna inhale, bring the thumbs and the forefingers, the pointer fingers to a little diamond. Bend your knees gently, inhale, reach. And exhale, go ahead and make a nice little round. So you can tuck the belly when you're coming down and rising up. Ground the feet onto the earth. Bend your knees as much as you need. Deep breaths, exhale. This is called the diamonds. You can imagine your diamond in the sky, your North Star, breathing. And just let yourself go with the flow state. Breathing in. Beautiful. 3 more times on your own. Really generous breaths here, knowing that our earth, wind, our air, our fire, our water is all working together to literally open our channels. And this is how we become a channel, right? We allow our channels, our nadis, our prana to be freed through our body, through our breath. And then after your third, go ahead and take a little peek at your North Star. You can even wink to it. And then to the opposite side. Off you go. Beautiful. Three more times. Make it luscious, make it nourishing. Beautiful. This ultimate relationship between the cosmos and the earth, where our ancestors beyond and beyond get to gift us, gift of presence. After your third, go ahead, take a deep breath to your North Star. Step in closer. And then reaching for 3, pulling down the heavens. Inhale, reach, breathe. Shower yourselves with this beautiful light of knowing, remembering, calling in that longing, that beautiful desire of union with which you value. After this third, we're going to inhale, take it all in, and we're going to bring it to the fire of our belly. So holding our Manipura, our fire here, we're going to do a round of Agnisara. So if you are familiar with this, you can go into it with me. Otherwise, I'm going to explain. Gonna come into actually a standing, and then we're gonna inhale, exhale. I have my knees gently bent, and exhale, lion's breath. And then I hold my root lock in, my belly, my Uddiyana Bandha in, and my chin towards my chest gently, and I come to a flat back, and I do all of this with my breath held. So we get to really hold that energy, and then we release it back, okay? So let's start together here. Inhale and exhale. Good. Hold the root lock in, belly in, chin towards the chest gently, and come to a flat back. Hold. Keep holding. Really make that curve in your belly, like taking that navel towards your spine, and then before it gets uncomfortable, exhale. And take a moment here. Good. Let's inhale one more time. Exhale. Let your crown go towards the earth. Hold. Root lock in like you have to hold your pea, your belly, chin to the chest, and come to flat back. Hold. Notice that curve. Compressing your liver, compressing your spleen. Release when you need to before it becomes too uncomfortable. And we're going to do this 3 more times. Breathe in. Chin, remember chin to chest. When you're holding, imagine you're shooting the energy, the chi in between the eyebrows. Beautiful. One more time. Let your mind get quiet, releasing it all when you're ready. Chin to chest as you rise. Chin is last to come up, the head is last to come up. Open your heart, palms forward. Close your eyes. And only one pulling down the heavens. Close your eyes and imagine you're pulling down all of that beautiful wisdom, vision right here to your center. And this time, both of the hands below the belly button on top of each other. And just let it all integrate. This is our last standing pose, or form, rather. So we're going to open the feet a little bit wider, bring that nectar into the belly, the center of the belly. We're going to inhale and align, call into attunement and alignment in our visions, in our speech, and in our heart. In our heart's desires and actions, we're going to switch. Exhale. Soft face, soft eyes, engaged navel. Each side on your own. And after each side, holding that pearl that you vision, bringing your pearl right here to your creation centers, breathing in. Exhale. And go ahead, open your eyes, and we're going to come to a seated position. So this is where your blocks, your blankets come handy. You can either come cross-legged, or you can come into a hero's pose, Virasana. There's like so many lights shooting at me right here from yeah. So allow yourself to be supported that your spine is straight. So now all of those beautiful fluids we got to activate, we're gonna meditate with it and shoot it up. So set yourself up for success. Okay, skull shining breath. So we're gonna breathe in and fill our upper dantian with this breath. And the breath is going to be pumping from the belly, exhale. Pumping, but clearing anything here in your mind's eye, in your vision, in the thoughts that we hold, in the ways that we kind of just meander here. We get to collect all that and offer it back into the earth with our breath. So let's take a deep breath first. Exhale. Connect with the fire of your belly. Connect with your spine. Take another inhale. Exhale. Now all of our attention between the eyebrows. Take a breath and begin. Keep going for another 30 seconds. You can pick up the pace if you like, or you can go slower. Listen to your body. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale all the breath out. Breathe from the nose. Suspend at the top. Sip in a little more. Root lock in. Chin to the chest. Gently hold. Let it all clear, cleanse anything in the vision. Hold. Before it becomes uncomfortable, you release. And just receive. Be here for a moment. Relax your temples, relax your eye sockets, your jaw.
What if you don't touch any thought about what is past? Just leave all this past.
Okay, second round, we're gonna bring the arms up this time. Thumbs are looking at each other like an antenna, 4 fingers fold. Shoulders are relaxed. Set yourself up. Take a deep breath in first. Release. Halfway in and begin. Focus is in the between the eyebrows, sending all of that energy, all of that beautiful chi, life force to your vision, to your pineal. Keep going. You got this, keep going, 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, exhale all the breath out. Take a deep inhale from the nose. Sip in a little more, right to the root of the bone of the nose, in between the eyebrows. Hold, chin to chest, root lock in, suspend. Hold as long as it's comfortable. Before it becomes uncomfortable, let it all go like a pressure cook.
The dance of personhood appears to eclipse this knowing in you.
Just take a moment to take it all in.
Which is more than a knowing, it's a knowing being. It's the oneness in that.
Okay, third time is the charm. You know exactly where to go, so set yourself for comfort. We're gonna inhale. Exhale, shoulders away from the ears. Make sure your jaw is nice and relaxed, your navel is engaged. Take another breath in to prepare. And exhale. Really getting in there, clearing, cleansing any debris. Even in the sinuses. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, exhale all the breath out. Give it to the earth, compost it into the earth. Take a deep breath in. Sip in a little more. Suspend, chin to chest, root lock in, Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, and Jalandhara Bandha. All 3 bandhas. Hold, hold. Without stressing yourself. If it becomes too stressful, you begin to release. And allow yourself to simply meditate here. Just natural waves of your breath, feeding, nourishing, nurturing. What is your prayer? What is your intention in this new coming cycle? This beautiful portal. You can help yourself with some water. Taking another breath here. And then opening your eyes to come onto your backs, please. Moving anything. And before we come for a full rest and full meditation, just take a moment to lay your spine all the way onto the earth. And go ahead, give yourself a nice little low back adjustment. You can sway side to side. Yeah. And take a moment to once again tune in with that beautiful intelligence of your body, of what it may need to make itself absolutely comfortable. Maybe you want to go into a inversion. Maybe you want to do little twists on the sides. Giving yourself this time to fully drop in. And then finally, when you feel complete with feeling grounded, supported, go ahead and set yourself up. Any bolsters under the knees and any blankets that may give you comfort. And then once you finally arrive to that space, taking a nice deep inhale from the tips of the toes. To the crown of your head, taking a nice deep life force, activating, rejuvenating, and exhale. Nothing to do but to receive and allow the chi, the prana, presence, divine intelligence to do what it does best. Just for these next few moments, allow the gravity beneath you to take care of you, to take care of your weight. As you begin to relax your feet into the gravity a little deeper, relaxing your knees, your hips held by gravity, your belly, your torso. With each exhale, heavier into the gravity. Your shoulders, your elbows, your forearms, wrists, all the way to your tip of your fingers, held by gravity. You notice your chest, you notice your throat, your jaw soften into gravity. Your cheeks, your ears, eye sockets, eyebrows, all of your forehead, and your crown. All of your back body being held by gravity, relaxed. Allowing this quietude and stillness to infuse every cell. As you're resting, and this allowing if you begin to notice in the center of your heart this beautiful celestial light, silver, blue, white light just shining down from the skies right into the center of your heart. And you notice this ball of light from the heart center traveling right in the center of your throat. Clearing, cleansing, rejuvenating this beautiful silver blue light. From there, right in between your eyebrows to your pineal gland, this beautiful silver blue light, shining, replenishing, rejuvenating. And you notice this light to travel right up to the center of your crown. Attunement, alignment. And from your crown, you notice this light splitting into two, dropping right onto your shoulders. Each shoulder lights up with the silver light. And then travels right to each of your elbows, lighting up. Traveling to your wrists. And both of your pinky fingers light up with this light. Both of your ring fingers, the tips of the fingers, middle finger and the tips of the fingers. Both of your pointer fingers lit up with this beautiful silver light. Both of your thumbs. All 10 fingers, fingertips lit up this beautiful silver blue light. And you notice both your wrists again lit up. And travel up to your elbows, your shoulder points, and back into your crown. From both sides, collect this beautiful silver light in the center. From your crown drops in the center of your eyebrows, expanding, drops down into the center of your throat, cleansing, clearing, back into the center of your heart. Beautiful rays of the silver light, blue, shimmering light. And just allow yourself to rest here. Noticing all these little points of light. From the words of Darpan. We stand at the threshold of a great dawning. Something deep within life is changing. An era is ending. And at the very core of creation, something new is being born. We're awakening from a long collective sleep. And in vitro dreaming deep within the womb of our Mother Earth. Now is the time of a great shifting of cosmic wheels, which will trigger a radical shift in our consciousness. A galactic tidal wave of light, activating the highest potential. The activation of new neural pathways will be reformed. New perceptions, new information, new impulses, new recalibration of DNA. In these times, be kind to each other. Love each other in these coming times. Gather in community, share yourself, share your dream. Dare to live with your heart open. Be prepared for the challenges to come, the dark times, as we will experience a dynamic recalibration of electromagnetic fields and earth systems on a global scale. Stay present, stay calm and centered. Hold firm in the knowledge of what is being birthed. The process of birthing is an awesome undertaking and arduous task, often fought with intensity. Stay in the heart. And remember that this too is a necessary purification and a great purge of all that is not in resonance and what is being born within us. And allow yourself to trust with love. And ever so gently, ever so slowly, begin to bring the breath back into your body. And taking some wiggles, just gentle little movements to bring all of that feeling, being with, visioning into your cells, rejuvenated, replenished, nourished. Give yourself a nice long stretch like you're just waking up from a deep, deep dream. And turn to one side. And linger there in the fetal position, this rebirth. There's no need to hurry, just being here. And then ever so slowly as you awaken, finding yourself with your attention still inward, to come to a seated position with your support for our final meditation. So we're going to do a mental, visual Nadi Shodhanam, alternate nostril breathing. So I'd like to invite you to breathe through the left nostril, and then you just rest that breath right in between the eyebrows, and then exhaling it through the right. And we're going to do this with equal waves of breath. So 5, 6, 7 counts, whichever works best for you. Let's take a comfortable breath in. When you're ready, start from the left nostril. I like to do 5 breaths in. Pause in the center and exhale through the opposite nostril. Same counts of breath. And then in through the right. Fill the center and exhale through the left. And just like that, we're going to alternate in your own rhythm, in your own vision. Calling in, invoking and inviting in. That is your vision, that which is your heart's biggest, deepest desire. Your sankalpa. And as you're breathing here, can you allow a sort of a promise, a sort of a vow, perhaps, to come forward to see how you can contribute it to this vision, contribute it into this desire. Perhaps it's just simply breathing more or meditating, making that time to meditate a little more. Perhaps drinking a little more water. Maybe calling and checking in those that you love just a little more often. Maybe, donating to that World Central Kitchen. Nourishing others in the ways that we get to be nourished here. So as you're breathing, what is that one form, that higher knowledge that we can take, we can make a vow today in this moment? That contributes to the greater vision of what we hold here. And that's all we do here right now in this moment. We just breathe together, unite our breath and unite our intention and our prayer for a better reality. Back to your breath, come back to your vision. Notice who you're around, who you're surrounded with, where you are. And from that place, can we radiate this collective kindness and love and union that we value so much. After completing each side, go ahead and return to your natural waves of breath. And then beginning to connect our voices one last time, I'd like to invite you to bring your hands to your heart center, bowing down with your vision and taking a deep breath in. And exhaling together. And if you'd like to join me in one Om to close our time, taking a deep breath, really radiating that light, that vision, that beauty. Taking a deep breath. We give great gratitude for this moment, for this breath, for this life. And great gratitude for our precious visions that keep us going, keep us connected to what is of meaning, what is of value. Thank you so much to all of our benevolent ones, our guides, teachers, to the well-being ancestors that guide our walk here on this earth. Thank you so much. To the celestial ones, to the earth beings, to all of our relations, thank you so much. May we continue to stay connected to the purest visions of our heart that wants so much of beauty and harmony. And may we acknowledge and notice the parts of ourselves that are not in resonance with that, and to come to alignment in the ways that we do, and to radiate that harmony and beauty. Thank you so much for community, the value of community. Thank you so much for value of our dreams, of our seeing. And thank you for this experience of being human in this way. And all that we get to remember and all that we get to forget. And with that, I'd like to say, Aho, so be it. Namaste. The light within me sees, honors, and acknowledges the light within you. Yay. Thank you, friends. Good time. Yeah, take all of this rest with you. Yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you.